Every time that we come to this point, for me, I want you to know it's a magic moment. So in each one of you, you have that opportunity. The future's unknown. What decision will you make to apply the things that you learn? Because that magic moment could change your future. We can change the world. I thank you for making this magic moment for me, because every time we come together, I don't know if you'll come back, because you are volunteers, you're entrepreneurs, but you bring your belief and your dreams back to us for this magic moment. God bless you. God bless you.
Hey, good evening, everyone. My name is Dennis Franks. I am an Executive Vice President of Market America, and I am excited, more excited than I can tell you. In fact, feeling the pressure moving into this week. I've got the butterflies, I'm just so ready, but yet I'm still tentative. I can't wait to get in the game. For those of you that don't know, I've spent some time playing in the National Football League, and this is like going into one of the big playoff games. And, when we start talking about the Market America International Convention, it is amazing. There is so much. It is truly the big game in what we do as unfranchised owners, and a perfect way for you to take your business to that next level. In fact, today they're calling level up, but this is going to be our breakout, folks. This is about how we are going to approach the next 4 months and ending this year. And I just have to say this. I want to ignite the fire inside of you tonight. That is what's going to happen when you attend the International Convention. If your fire is lit, we want to throw gas on the fire. And once again, not only do we want to throw gas on the fire, we want to maintain it. We want you to get to go exactly where you want to be. And you know what? It's about forming that culture, and it's making that commitment to yourself. In fact, sometimes you make that commitment for yourself because you see the end in mind. And some of the things that I think about is that when I was building my unfranchised business to get it to the level that it is today, it was about the whole mindset that nobody was going to outwork me. I was going to work harder and smarter than anybody on the planet that owned an unfranchised business. When you are building an unfranchised business, it's not only skill, folks. It's also things that you have to be the consummate student. You also have to know that you got to give it your all every day. And when you think about it, if you're going to be successful, you've got to understand the rule. Success is something that you pay for in advance. So it's going to be a fun evening tonight. I've got some very special guests. I'm going to introduce them to you, and I hope you feel as excited as I am to have the conversation to speak with them. The first up successful unfranchised owner, her name is Shannon Goodberry. She's a director. She's from the state of New York, upstate New York. And I see you have your emojis with you. There you go, Shannon. And you are also the regional director for the Great Northeast region. And it is so nice to have you here, because I know how hard you've worked to get to where you are. And for those of you that are listening today, a director is an individual that has exceeded $18,000 in a 4-week pay cycle. Shannon, welcome. It's good to have you.
Thank you, Dennis. So proud to be connected to this call as you are running it. You have been a constant for 22 years for me. 22 years. It's been literally today, Dennis. Isn't that odd that you would ask me to join you? But 22 years today, and I appreciate every moment of your leadership. You're still as passionate as you were the first day I met you.
Oh, wonderful. Hey, and Shannon also is a $1 Million Club member, as well as meeting multiple challenges. You're a true example, and it's good to have you this evening. My next guest is an executive director. His name is Johnson Lee from, again, the great state of New York. Johnson, as an executive director, has exceeded $25,000 in a 4-week pay cycle. Hi, Johnson. How are you doing this evening?
Hi, Dennis. Hi, Shannon. I'm so glad. Thank you, Dennis, for your invitation. I'm so glad to join this event. Yeah, it's a great honor, for us to sit together to talk. Yeah.
My pleasure. My pleasure. And again, another $1 Million Club member, and also multiple challenge winner, and always on the ground, leading from the front. It's good to have you. Thank you for being here with us. Our next guest is Norm and Mary Roth. They're from the great state of Arizona. How wonderful it is to have you. They are executive field vice presidents. And folks, they are individuals that have exceeded $45,000 in a 4-week pay cycle. And they are exceptional. They have the energy of 10 people, maybe more. I hope both you, Mary and Norm, you are doing wonderful tonight. We're on mute, so we want to take ourselves off of mute.
Oh, thanks. Yes, we're doing great. Thanks.
That's good. Again, part of the multi-million-dollar club members, and also challenge winners, and continuing. All three of you are leading from the front consistently. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to just get engaged a little bit and get a little bit about, what were you before you became unfranchised owners, and let everybody know what your background is. So Shannon, why don't you start us off? You're on mute. Everybody leave your mutes off.
Yes.
Okay.
I love the power of Zoom as well, because I see in the chat, South Carolina, Texas, Taiwan, Florida, and everybody coming in. It's beautiful to know that we can have technology serve us when we need it to. My background is a waitress at a family-owned Italian restaurant. And also I was working at the same time that I was doing that, I was working at a top retail store at the local mall back 22 years ago. So I wasn't really looking for anything. I thought, I'll just work harder. I'll work harder. And eventually I got to a point where there was no more hours that I was interested in trading to be able to be away from my children. Yet there were causes that I wanted to make a dent in, and there were people I wanted to care for in my family and a certain lifestyle. So when I realized that the vehicles that I were driving, those 2 jobs, were not going to get me that, and this platform came across my desk, I thought it was too good to be true at first. Then I actually studied the company, and I'm very, very grateful, and my family is, because of it.
Wonderful, Shannon. We're glad you did that deep dive. Johnson, what's your background?
Well, before Market America, I was doing import-export business. From my English, you can see that I came to this country, about 32 years ago. After I came to this country, I have to go back to school again, to take the computer science as my major. And after graduate, I started as a program, but I'm not satisfied. I want to do something more. So I started my own business. At that time, my wife, Susan, started her travel business. I started the import-export business. Then later on, well, I come across this great opportunity, the unfranchised business. And I started my own business, partner with Market America. I feel so excited. It's fantastic.
Great. Fabulous, Johnson. Thank you very much. Amazing background. Okay, Norman, Mary, what is your background coming into the business?
Well, I owned a hair salon and I was into leverage. I had 13 stylists and I had rental properties. So I definitely wanted leverage, but wasn't looking for anything. So what caught my attention was a product that we have called OPC3. So I started taking it, referred to it by a customer of mine, and I loved it. And I decided, you know what, I might as well get it wholesale. And I know I can sell enough in my salon to pay for all the products I want. So and I love to retail in my salon. So that's what I did. I retailed And then I retailed and sponsored. I would ask my clients, you know, if they'd like their next bottle free, they would say, well, what do I have to do? I said, send me 3 people that purchase it that you think could benefit, and you get yours free. Well, within 5 months, I was selling $1,000 a week of the small bottle of OPC. That's all we had back then. In 96 it was that I started. And then I said, you know, to my customers, wouldn't it make sense for you to get your products wholesale? All the customers you sent me, I can turn over to you. You can keep their profit, and I can show you how to make $300 to $1,500 a week. And they're like, what?
Wow, there you go.
I said, nope, it would help me. So
Oh,
that's
great.
what caught my attention, was the products. And so that's how I do my business. I'm a product person, and I want people to be on products. And if they refer people and they like retailing, hey, let's talk.
Awesome. Norm, how about you?
Well, unlike Mary, I came from the education background. 1994, 27 years ago this October, 25 years ago this September for Mary. That's quite a tribute to the company
Yeah, I
and the
started when I
products.
was 1.
That's
Oh,
great.
but I was looking at it from a standpoint of the income, and I came across a gal named Arlene Lowy, Bill Vice President in the company, and she started telling me about this. And like Shannon, I thought it was too good to be true at first as well. And I just kept trying to find out, how is this wrong? How is this not going to work? Whatever, instead of finding out how it would work. And eventually I just looked myself in the mirror and said, hey, if I don't do this, what am I going to do? And so went forward with it, made a $300 check in my first week. It's now been 27 years. Crazy.
So for people that love what they do, this is a perfect type of business to get you financially where you want to be with that extra supplemental income. You know, I'm just going to ask this. I need a short question. Norm, did you visit Mary's salon to get your hair done? Is that how you all got
Yeah.
together?
Well, of course. And the first time I did, I went there because I heard about this gal that was moving like tons of products. And I'm going, oh my God, I got to check this out. Now, how does she do this? And these women would come into the salon, sit down, and I'm not kidding you, within 5 minutes, she'd have OPC in their mouth and all this stuff. And these women would walk out with bags full of products. It was amazing to see.
So, you know, what's nice for all of our listeners tonight, we are a retail driven business. And one of the great things about international convention and our large events is that we're always introducing new products to meet new trends in the marketplace. Now, I want you all to think back here, and I want you to think about, I'm going to ask you about the first time you went to a major event and how you felt. And I'm going to follow that up afterwards with another question about, now that you've been to a few, how are you going into these events? So Shannon, let's go back to you and talk to me, go back into the history and tell me about the first major event, how you felt going into it.
You know, my mom worked for one of the top 50 accounting firms in the nation when this came across her desk. But my grandmother passed away and my sister was diagnosed with the end stages of multiple sclerosis at the age of 20. Those 2 life events, I looked and thought, I want to support my mom, best cheerleader for her. And she asked me to do her a favor. She said, will you come to the conference? It was an international convention, 1999. And she asked me to just come and support her, learn a little bit more, see what I could do to help her get to her goals. And that meant that she was going to be my full-time babysitter. And she's my best friend. So I was all in. I think this looks so interesting, Mom, for you. Because I would cry in front of 2 people and I didn't sell. So I was going to help my mom. And when I went there, I saw people that had way less education than myself. And I've actually only finished high school. I don't have 1 semester of college completed. And I just saw that what was possible. What if this could do something for me? I saw Steve Harris talk, I think for 13 or 17 minutes, and it just made so much sense. I saw JR sweating through several shirts, and I thought, who is this man that loves the world this much? And I saw you dancing. That made me so energized. But then you summarize what we just learned, real content to be able to leave immediately and do something with. And I felt empowered to say, I need to try something because life is short and the next decade of my life is going to flash before me. And if I don't do something different, I'm not going to be too happy. So that was my first event.
First experience. All right. Wow. Johnson, can you remember your first experience?
Yes, vividly in my mind. As I said, at that time, I was doing import-export business. I was introduced to Market America by my brother-in-law. He's in Tennessee. When he told me about this business, of course, like a lot of people, I'm very, very skeptical, and I don't believe this. But he asked me to try the product. I tried the OPC3. Then the people asked me for this product, and I asked my brother-in-law, how can, they said, yeah, you can start this business so that you can, let me see, join with Market America. Then at that time, you see, I do have some people in my organization, we start a business. But the problem is that, see, nobody knows how to do this business, some people use the product, but some people even don't use the product. They just sign up. Then some people quit. I said, okay, why? The product's really good and the system is really good. It's fantastic. Then I started recruiting, get more people to start with this business. But, people in and people out. I was really suffering a lot. I said, why? Why did it happen? So at that time, people talked with me about our convention. I said, okay, you should go to this convention. Yeah, you should learn more. I said, oh, I'm so busy. I don't have the time. I don't even make the money. Why? People still, hey, yeah, my sponsor, yeah, you have to go there to have a look. Okay. I thought to myself, well, I know that we have to be smart. I said, not only myself, I should bring someone. But I asked this, no time. I said, no, I don't have the money. People just say no and no. Then later on, I said, my God, I have to bring someone. I talked with my wife, Susan. At that time, she was doing the travel business, so busy. I just told Susan, hey, Susan, how about you take a vacation? We should take a vacation. Well, she feels very excited. Okay. At that time, you see, my daughter's still very young. We cannot leave her at home alone. So I said, okay, I have 3 people already. But at that time, I said, no, I should be more smarter. Or not only people from my own family, I should get the people from my my organization. So I try to talk with more people. Finally, I got to see Jenny. And also I have Jinghan, at that time, you see only 5 people together. We went to the convention. But right now, okay, either myself, Susan, and also Jinghan and also Jenny, all of us become the director, So I feel very, very excited about this convention. So I always remember, that magical moment at the convention. Anyone, if you really want to do this business, it's a must. It's a must. Yeah.
So Johnson, what you're saying is then you were able to get that valuable information on how to do the business so that you can create more success in your organization. It would help.
Yes, that's true. Because the saying goes that the seeing is believing. Normally, you just here's people say something. Yeah,
Right.
but here for this business, you have to open your eyes to see it.
Mhm.
To see it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. That's great. All
Yeah.
right. Well, how about Norm and Mary? Could you guys remember your first experience?
Oh, yeah. I went, my first one was in February of 1997. And I thought, you know what? I got to get out of the cold weather. The thought of, going to Miami, or actually it was Fort Lauderdale. Yeah, my first one. So I went, and for me, it was the belief, because I saw Elizabeth Weber parading across the stage, and I thought, if she can do it, I can do it. And then I watched Ben Ginder, and he didn't even know what to say, and he was making a lot of money. And I thought, I can do this. I know I can do this. So for me, it was the belief in the company and the belief that it worked. That's what struck me.
First time. Great. How about you, Norm?
Well, Dennis, October 94, got involved with the company. It's January of 95. And Arlene Lowy, remember, as I told you earlier, who brought me in the business, said, you're going to be in Tyson's Corners, Virginia in February. I said, no, I'm not. I got a men's basketball tournament I run. I got a kids tournament we're running. I've got mega things going on. And my principal, Fred Bolt, executive supervising coordinator, Fred Bolt said, nope, you can't go. I go, well, what if I got a sub? He said, oh, okay. So anyway, end up going. And I'm like, I can't believe, I just absolutely can't believe I was thinking about not going to this. And I get there, and Elizabeth Weber looked like a cat up there with, you got her tail in a light socket or something. And all these other people, and they're all walking across stage making 10, 15, 20. Elizabeth Weber at that time was making $25,000 a month. And I thought to myself, mine, if she can do it, I can. So Dennis, literally, I never landed back in Milwaukee. I seriously did not land, got going from there. And then we just exploded that area and went from doing presentations in my home, very first meetings in all Wisconsin, in the central part of the United States, to where we had almost 1,000 people at meetings. It was amazing growth, amazing what happened. And without that magic moment, none of that would have happened. And it just raised all the belief, and everybody just went crazy from there. And I'll never forget Mary, because it was 2 years later that Mary went, and the convention she went to in Fort Lauderdale, Dennis, was the first one with Nina Hale, Joanne Shee, a whole bunch of others of that caliber. And of course, you know where they all are today.
Absolutely. Well, listen, I'm going to come right back to you now, Mary. And so now, as some 20 plus years later, now we're having the next big event. How do you feel about them today?
It's essential because you bring your team, they get the belief, they get the knowledge, and you just sit there and you all get it together and you get leverage, and it creates a synergy. And if I've never missed an event, so I can't imagine I would be behind. I would feel like I would be out of it and behind if I didn't attend, because there's so many new products and innovations changing. And that's what I like about our company, is that it's not the same old, same old. We're always getting different things, different technology. And, you know, it's exciting, and you have to be there to really capture it.
Beautiful.
You know,
Yeah.
like when I did hair, if I didn't go to hair shows and keep up on the new trends, I'm not going to make the money I want. You have to be on the cutting edge. And that's what this allows. And the price of it is dirt cheap, because I would pay $1,000 just for one day hair show. And that was back in the 90s. So this is so inexpensive that it's a joke. So everybody needs to take advantage.
I love the point that you made, that you're constantly learning in the innovations that are happening. And that's such a very big part of this coming back again and again and again. And I hope everybody heard that not only was it a big belief first time, but it continues to be leveraged in that organization. And I see, and everybody needs to know that Norman and Mary are a power couple in this business, and they've inspired so many people. Thank you very much. Johnson, how about you? How is it today? Are you still excited about going to the event?
I'm so excited. I can't wait to go to the Greensboro to attend this convention. I cannot miss it. Okay, for the rest of my life, okay, I will never miss the event. You see, after first time, okay, I don't miss our convention at either Miami or Greensboro, or even for the Chinese boot camp at Las Vegas. I know this is a great event. For the people in the business for some time, you still have to learn, because in Market America, we have so many things to learn, say like the products or how to do the business. And for the new people, it's a good start. That will build our belief. As I said, seeing is believing, not just hearing. For this business, at the beginning, okay, you hear something. Then you have to see something with your own eyes. Not that the others tell you, but you see with your own eyes. Then from your ears, from your eyes, you'll come to hear. What is here? Here's the heart. Your heart will tell you, this is my business. I will do it. I will make it happen. So that is why I call our convention is a magical moment. At the first time I see the JR and the corporate team, and all of you're on the stage. Like JR said, I want to grant myself as a powder. And also I want to eat it. I want to understand why we should have Market America. Yeah, from all your corporate team, I can see that, you know. And also for a lot of the pioneers, they share their experience. That's really touch our heart. You know, actually we are normal. We're just normal people, but through the Market America, we can change our life. So that's why I say that the great event is really, really important.
Now, again, everyone, I want you to know, and listening to Johnson and Mary and coming back, and this is just the refurbishment of getting that information, that belief, and get it in the heart, but sharing it through the organization, in addition to reigniting or throwing gas on the fire, as I was saying. And yes, we have been together 30 years, the corporate team, and we're excited about the next 30 to come. Shannon, talk to me 20 years later. How do you feel about coming to the event? I mean, how are you approaching these events in your mind?
To me, anybody else excited about the raise that we get from the company every few months? Just new ways that we can have conversations with our existing circle and the people that we meet tomorrow that we don't know yet. So there's always new information. Mark lights up that stage with all the new content, and it creates new conversations, new opportunities. So for me, moving from that first event, when we had about 3 business partners, we were guests for the first international conference. My mom didn't leave anything up to chance. My business partner and I, she had the full event ticket, of course, but we could only go on Saturday. So she waited. She was not leaving anything up to chance. She traveled with us in a separate car, experienced one day with us. And on the way back, we said, we're going to do something with this. Let's see what it can provide. Well, 6 months later, we had been learning, and we went to the next major event. It was the World Conference. And at that World Conference, a partner of ours, a senior partner, Peter, said, where are you looking to be 6 months from now? Staring us deeply in the eyes, Dennis, like only Peter can do. And we had to answer that question. And he said, then you need 10 tickets for the next major event 6 months from now. We only had 3 business partners at the time. So it was a nervous experience. It doesn't mean anyone else has to do that. We chose to. And then that burning in the pocket conversation that maybe some hear really was felt in every single meeting, cup of coffee, home business presentation, to formal setting in a hotel. We were talking about that next major event. And some might think, oh, well, what if I didn't move? What if she didn't move those 10 tickets? I know that I could pay a little more for my education. I spend thousands of dollars outside of Market America for one conference. This is unbelievable what we receive for $200. Yet, I wonder how many people know where we were 6 months from that experience. Yes. We didn't have 10 people there. We had 70 business partners at the next major event, and that led to the millions of dollars earned. It was literally that leverage that Mary beautifully has spoken about already that built it. So to me, I'm not confused about building from event to event. I saw the momentum build very quickly, and it was because we had all of those people on the same page in that atmosphere together, so that when we left, we had a coat of armor against the sea of mediocrity that just didn't get it. We loved everybody where they were at, nothing wrong if they didn't get it, but we weren't waiting for them to get it.
You bring up a great point there, is not only were you coming back with more team members each session or each event, you're purchasing tickets in advance because of your belief in what you'll be growing to that next event. And I think that's powerful. And I know Norman, Mary, and Johnson are at the same ilk. We all are. And that's how you build from event to event. So let me just talk real briefly about this event that I'm so excited about. real quickly, you mentioned, Shannon, on Thursday, we open up, but we're going to open up a little different. We'll have an introduction, but we're also going to start with also talking to the 4 cornerstones of the business.
Oh,
So many people need to understand why this business has grown for 92 consecutive quarters. And when you start thinking about being the first binomial marketing company, people need to understand what makes this company tick. Then we're going to hear from Mark Ashley and new products, new business, new products, expanded share of customer. It's powerful, and we're catching those trends that people want to buy. So that's really important. We've got a doctor's panel happening that day. We have a business building panel happening that day. You'll hear a lot more from people in the field that have been successful in growing. And I think one of the nice things that we're seeing at this event more than ever, you're going to see more young people coming up, becoming senior masters and professional coordinators, taking the stage to share their experience. And, you know, whenever people think about marketamericashop.com, you may think about it being 30 years old. And some people may think, oh, I missed it. Well, no. When we started, we didn't have very much. Today, we have an arsenal of things to help one grow, and that's really, really important. We're going to also hear about some of our university majors. In fact, I'm going to be talking and introducing to the Market America University Digital Orientation Catalog, which is going to be a big, powerful tool in attracting people to the business, because they'll be able to see the curriculum and what's happening in all the different majors. And we'll be experiencing that across the globe. Very, very powerful. The breakouts are amazing that's happening. We'll be doing new product breakouts. We've got our transitions lifestyle breakouts on the first night, our nutrimetrics breakouts. We have our cosmetics breakouts and skincare breakouts. We've got all of these good things happening. And I want to remind everybody will have a 14-day replay with that ticket if you're watching it online, or if you're not able to make that certain day, you can watch it a day or two later. On Friday, we'll start really jumping into things right off the bat. We'll be hearing from Lauren Reidinger and her message. She's become a huge hit and following women around the globe. And she just really brings it for entrepreneurs, for us to really understand. But we're now going to introduce fashion shows and QVC type of environments from when we talk about the new jewelry line with Layered. So we're going to animate more things this year than ever. For those of you lucky enough to be in person, it's going to be very special. It'll be fun online. You won't want to miss one bit. And we'll also have a news network going for the people online during the breaks and lunch and after the day. There'll be interviews of people that are coming off the stage, and so that people at home can really get a feel what's going on. We're really excited about that. In addition to that, we'll have Fat Joe speaking on Friday. He always brings a great message, working with our environments, with our Latino environment. It's just amazing what he's done over the years. And as he said, one day we're going to be like Coca-Cola and Pepsi-Cola. It's pretty powerful. Then I'm really excited about the breakout on Friday night. It's going to be on the unfranchised management system, all the benefits that you get from that amazing package to help you maximize your profits in your business. Unlike other companies or businesses, we're going to put you in a position where you have a beautiful bird's eye view of what's going on in your business, customer management tools and so forth. And of course, our unfranchised marketing app, our unfranchised business app, as well as Shop Live. We'll be doing a lot of work with that. We'll also be working with Shop Financial and Web Center that day. Other things that you'll see coming up, JR will be talking also on Friday as well as on Saturday. We've got some huge things that are be happening, working, and listen to this, we've got a live DJ to keep the crowd up at home as well as in their seats. So there's always going to be some music going. In fact, there's even going to be a Zumba class on that our TLS people are going to conduct to keep you going. And Dennis Franks may even come out and do a little Zumba for everybody and having some fun. But anyway, we'll have a great day on Saturday. Lots of good things. We do have the agenda available for you now. It's on the Unfranchised blog, and we just sent out in the Unfranchised news. Use the agenda to attract people to come to the event. It's truly worth the money. In fact, you said it. In fact, last year, I spent a little over $30,000 just on education to keep ahead of the trends and going to 3 different seminars. Ladies and gentlemen, the bang for your buck that you get by going to these major events, whether it's in person or at home online, is huge. And Johnson really hit it on the head. It's the education that allows you to understand more of what you've got to do. We also will be doing during lunch UFO meet and greets. It's sort of be fun. And we put all new trade show booths up into the concourses. So we've got a whole new look for that show. And we've got an amazing amount of vendors that will be there just to spend more time with our unfranchised owners. So we won't have breakouts on Saturday night. We are going to have an amazing awards program. So we'll be done like 5:30 on Saturday, but we'll come back to the Coliseum at 8 o'clock, and this will be a global show, and we'll be recognizing our award winners and challenge winners that evening, and JR will say a couple closing words, and we're going to go right into a celebration. And this celebration will go from 10 to 1 a.m. in the morning, featuring for those of you who've been around, we're going to resurrect a little bit of music from the Honey James Band with, that's what I used to play in that band. I'm bringing back the boys from Charleston, and we're going to play a little music. But we also have Fat Joe doing a concert. We also have Jamie Foxx coming in to do a concert for us. And of course, we have an amazing DJ coming in from Miami to rock the night away. So it's going to be totally cool. They're going to transform the Coliseum. So take your nap before you come to Greensboro or before the show begins. But we're very excited on everything that's happening at this upcoming event. You're going to come away with so much great information. JR has shared some of his thoughts with us about where he will be talking to. And I have to tell you one thing. I have followed J.R. Reininger, the founder of this company, for 30 years. And I'm going to tell you what, he hasn't missed a step, and he's never been more excited. And that's exactly what we bring when we talk about it. So I want to jump back in here. And, Johnson, maybe you can give some tips to those unfranchised owners that want to invite guests. What are some of the strategies that you're using right now to basically contact people and invite them down or to view online the event?
Well, thank you. Dennis gave us the information about the event. Yeah, really, we're waiting for it. A lot of the information, new products, new tools. So yeah, it's going to be exciting, right? So I think, right now, we have a lot of ways to let more people know more about our business before we bring them to the event. Actually, right now, we have YouTube. Yeah, we have a lot of information online. We can use this, okay? We have a lot of clips, right? We can send a short video to our guests, to the new people, let them see. A lot of people say, oh no, I don't want to attend the event. You want to just see, shouting like this. Actually, our event is totally different. Our event is training and teaching. So we really can learn a lot. So we can use all these videos, the tools, so that there's more people know about that. And also this business is a teamwork. Don't work just by yourself. All of us, we have our partners, especially our senior partners. They have more experience. If you want to share the opportunity with someone, we should find some senior partner. They have the same background or the same education level or whatsoever. Let them to talk together. Because you want to let more people know about this business, but most people don't trust you. They don't believe you. But right now, if we can see leverage our teamwork, let more people to talk with them together, that'll be a different story. So I think there are a lot of the strategy for us to bring the people to the event. I said, if we want the people to do this business, we have to see step by step. But if we want to bring the people to the event, no matter what, you just bring them there. So things will happen.
Road trip,
That's
right?
the magic moment. Yeah. So that's why, we have work hard.
That's
right now.
beautiful. Great. Thank you, Johnson. Okay, Norm, I'm coming back to you. You are the master, a master of conversation. What are some of your thoughts on bringing teammates and even prospects to the event?
Well, first and foremost, if you don't attend the events, you can't get the education and the learning that's needed in order to even understand the products, let alone how the business works. How do you get that? You get that by attending the events. It's the I believe. You can sit there and tell me all day long, show me pictures, send me things about what it feels like to get in a Maserati and drive that sucker down the road. But until I actually get in it and do it, it's just another story. And that's what this is. And so the more that you can let people know that that's what they're going to receive by attending these events, that's when they'll start to explode, because the belief will go through the roof. If I hadn't gone, every event that comes up, Dennis, I shudder to think, because I was not going to go to Tyson's Corners, Virginia. I had too much on the line. Yeah, right. But I had too much on the line. I had too much going on. I didn't have any money, but I did it. And because I did it, it set the precedent for 27 years of every type of district, regional, convention, and international. And that's the difference. And when that difference happens, it makes all the difference in the world.
Right.
So you can do this smart, or you can just do it hard. And the smart ways to get people in front of all this. Here's what happened. So I had like 5 people at that first convention. The second one, I had like 20. Then I got married down to Fort Lauderdale, and we had a whole contingency of people. And I could always tell from event to event by how big the roar was when we mentioned we were from Wisconsin. And we could just tell, how it was starting to build, but it was reflective in our paychecks, because they got the belief and they said, we're going to do it. We're going to make it happen. And sure enough, they did. But that would never have happened if they didn't go or they didn't attend.
Go ahead, Mary. I'm sorry.
Well, I was just going to say, it's like any profession. If you don't keep up on it, you're not going to be successful. You have to get ongoing education, whether you're a plumber, electrician, a hairstylist, a doctor. Everybody needs ongoing education, and you need that motivation, that spark, new things, new ideas. It gets you going. Otherwise it gets monotonous. And plus it's fun, meeting other people from other areas and connecting, and you never know who you're going to find that live in their area that you can put into their trainings and meetings. So
That's right.
It's got so many advantages. And I tell people, you know what, if you don't think you've learned anything or benefited you, I'll give you your money back.
In 27 years,
I've never had to.
I've told everybody that. So has Mary. Not once have we ever given money back. No, they just take it and they go and they run, and it's powerful.
Powerful. Great. Thank you. Shannon, I'm going to ask you this question. I want you to think about your organization. Maybe you can tell me one story about someone on your team that was affected by attending an event and how they went on from that point.
Sure. I guess I would think of my business partner, Dan Herlihy, who's really been a bonus brother. I'm one of 3 girls and never had a brother yet. He's my work friend, best friend in the business. And I was approaching him to look at the business, and he already had several successful businesses. And I was a waitress rolling quarters, talking to him about this company. And he thought that he understood it. to a certain degree. I shared with them the importance because I was in attendance, as Norm just shared, and I was bulletproof. I was on a mission to get people 6 months from that date to the next major event because of what it did for me. So I talked about the fun because in his personality, he already had a lot of work. He didn't have a lot of extra fun, or he loved to do fun. So I knew that that was what I should talk to him about. He decided to attend really just thinking he was going to have fun in Florida. From Buffalo, it's really hard to leave in the wintertime there. That's an extra bonus. So he attended, and he was up in the, seat as far away as possible. And all of a sudden, each day, he got a little closer to the stage, to the last day, being very up in one of the front rows because of the vision that JR explained and then demonstrated with reality. So to him, he said, I'm going to go and learn for my own companies. What if I could take some success that they are having and incorporate it into my own traditional businesses that I had at home? Because with a phone and a computer, he can work from anywhere.
Great story. And Dan has impacted so many people. Love it. Thanks, Shannon. Hey, listen, time is flying. And I just want to let everybody know listening, the ticket is only $200 and it is for all 3 days. And if you're close enough to get into Greensboro, North Carolina, please come in person. We'll be there. And then if not, it is online because we'll have people viewing from around the world. We're expecting tens of thousands of people online, but we're also expecting many people in person. Now, I want to just finish off, and I'm going to ask each of you final comments, quite frankly, before I finish off. I do want to say how much I've appreciated each and every one of you tonight spending time with me. So Johnson, final comments. What would you like to say to our folks at home that are listening and watching tonight?
Well, we know that the shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line. When we do this business, it's the belief. Because when people have the belief, they will do it. They will follow. Otherwise, people do the business zigzag, zigzag. They take a long time. So that's why we see the convention, the big event, is really, really important. A good start is half done. So start right, do the business right. But how? By attending this event. At the beginning, I said, see, we only have 5 people to go to this event. Then later on, every year, we have more and more people. Later on, we have buses. Okay, that's our Flushing team culture. We have the buses. And this time still, we have several buses. We'll start from Flushing to Greensboro. Of course, we have people from, say, Hawaii, they also fly in, or California, they're flying. Even the people in Europe or in Asia, they were attending the event on the Zoom. So that's why I say that, we should work hard right now. Only 1 week away before this convention. Right now, we should work hard, bring more people, even 1 more people to attend the event. You don't know what could happen. Probably a big, good partner will appear in your team. So that's why, we should work hard right now to get even 1 more, 2 more, 3 more people to attend our events. This is what I want to share with everyone online. Right now, this is the time to work even harder for the next 6 days. Then we'll have great results.
Thank you, Johnson. All right, Shannon, final comments.
Effort becomes easy when our emotions are right. And when they're not right, we make excuses, right? We all have a vision of wanting something, an end result with the company. And I don't know of a better way to help our teams get what we sold them, right? If we care enough about them and demonstrate our own focus, then it becomes easy to have that conversation. The Buffalo Bills, I'm from Buffalo, right? And we've had a pretty nice run recently. But the first year I went into the weight room with the top athletes, right, in the NFL. it said, trust the process in dark black letters in their weight room. And the next year I went in there and I was looking for trust the process and it said, respect the process. And then the next year I went into that weight room looking for respect the process. And it said in black letters, love the process. And that's why I sold others what they could have. I already have mine. That's what my mission is every day up until the last day of convention, because I care more about their family and what they want from this. And I know that if they get to the conference, our team is better served in attendance than not attendance. So care, be creative, share the tools. I've been sharing the motive stuff with people that love beauty. Hey, I'm going to the Mix and Mingle on Wednesday. There's going to be great social media presence there. I'm going to grab all the information. I'm not blasting them and attacking them. I'm creating a creative space for dialogue that will allow us to possibly get more partners there. And I'm addressing the personalities, right? Depending on what their interests are and what allows them to take action, not what allows me to take action.
Thanks, Shannon. That was very insightful. In fact, since when does the Buffalo Bills let you in the locker room? My gosh, that's a heck of an NFL team. There you go. All right. Mary, Norm, how about your final comments for our listeners and viewers tonight?
Well, like everybody said, we have a week left, and you know what? Because the last minute people can watch it on Zoom if they can't take off of work, or maybe they, can't get an airline ticket, or it's more than they want to spend at this point, they can watch it online. So that's the beauty of right now. You can get lots of people to get that ticket and watch the event. And even if they can't watch it live, they've got, 14 days to watch it. And they can invite friends and people they want to interest to watch it with them. So it's just so powerful, and it's just the best tool we have. So, everybody needs to take advantage of it. And the price is just unbelievably inexpensive for what you're going to learn.
And what I'd say, Dennis, is Shannon talks about going in the locker room. Well, we work out at Mountainside Gym every day. And when you walk in that door, there are big, bold letters that hit you right in the face that say, effort is your responsibility. And Dennis, like all of us, there are two kinds of people in this world.
Yeah.
There are those people that get to convention and those that don't.
Yep.
Okay.
There's people that don't have leverage and they have to trade time for money. And there's people that you can do what you want, when you want, with who you want, if you want.
1,000,000%, which we've been able to do now for 20 some years. And it's just a blessing. It's been the most important blessing is the thousands of people that we've been able to help.
Oh, absolutely.
And how it all comes back, and all the tremendous things that happened because of that. And it's all about the whole thing, which makes it such a tremendous, tremendous business, because you're going to have fun, make money at the same time.
Yeah,
okay.
Your vocation is your vocation.
And Dennis, I'd like to say that you're one of the major reasons that we're here 27 years later, my friend.
We love you.
Believe me.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Appreciate all your help and all your support and everything you've ever given us.
You're welcome. And listen, everyone, Wednesday night, there's a bonus. All right. With the ticket, you get a link that you can forward out to individuals to actually hear from the founder, J.R. Reininger, and Andrew Weissman, our vice president, and they will be actually talking about how the business works. And what I love about this is that you'll hear some of the insights from the engineer who created the management performance compensation plan, leveraging binomial marketing. It is so powerful, a great thing to push out to people that you're currently talking to or want to introduce the business to. So let me finish with this. Closing statements. Okay, people, you got to run after your destiny. Do not slow down. People are moving too slow these days. You got to pick it up, people. And indecision sucks. You got to be definitive about what you want and what you're willing to do. Also, Success is not an accident. And if anybody knows, I said it earlier, success is something you pay for in advance, but you got to commit yourself. You got to commit yourself. Why? You got to make the calls. Go ahead, get in touch with your stable and waiting teammates. They want to hear from you. We're making those calls and we're getting responses. They want to see what's going on now. The time is now. You can make this happen, and you've got to get and keep your fire burning. If you don't keep the fire burning, you can't do this for a day and take off a week and come back and do it for a day and take off 2 weeks. Folks, you got to commit. We got 4 months left in the year. Let's make this a big year. Work with the end in mind, and you'll drive yourself on a regular basis, and surround yourself with like-minded people and follow the people who you want to be like. And there's 3 beautiful people on tonight, 4 beautiful people. One's a couple. I mean, it's amazing. The only thing you can say is that I am very grateful. People talk to me and say, Dennis, you've been so successful as an unfranchised owner. But the bottom line is, why don't the people ever say, Dennis, you failed thousands of times. How many no's have you got in your success path? Folks, I'm going to tell you what, it's there for you if you want it, but you're going to have to overcome the obstacles. And remember, no one's ever drowned in sweat. So you can work at it. But I want to thank my guests. You're awesome. Thank you to the thousands that are on our Facebook Live tonight. I look forward to seeing you in person at the International Convention or seeing you online. Thank you and good evening. Thank you.